that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. Government assures farmers that FRA is set to announce crop marketing price. ERB approves energy licenses, construction permits with a total investment pledge of 1.36 billion kwacha. Israel PM says Hamas Gaza chief Mohammed Sinwar has been killed. This bulletin is also live on our Facebook and YouTube 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. Energy Regulation Board DRB has approved 45 energy licenses and 10 construction permits in the petroleum, electricity and renewable energy subsectors, representing a total investment pledge of 1.36 billion kwacha. ARB Manager for Public Relations Namukolo Kasumpa notes that these approvals granted during the ARB licensing committee meeting held on 16th May reflect sustained investor interest in Zambia's energy sector and highlights the country's favorable regulatory environment. Mrs. Kasumpa says they also demonstrate the ARB's continued efforts to streamline approval processes, creating a conducive business environment that supports timely application reviews and efficient project implementation. She says the approved licenses cover a broad range of energy related activities, including renewable energy generating services, distribution, import and export of petroleum products, retail of liquefied petroleum gas, lubricant related operations, and electricity trading. She says these authorizations play a critical role in ensuring energy availability, improving operational efficiency, and expanding access to modern energy of services and equipment across the country.
Among the construction permits approved, a notable key renewable energy infrastructure project includes phase 2 of a 100 megawatts solar PV power plant to be developed in 4 phases of 25, each in Chief Mailo's area in Kanona, Serenje district, valued at 27.5 million. To enhance petroleum logistics and infrastructure, the ERB also licensed 114 road tank vehicles and authorized the operation of 3 newly constructed service stations. The ERB remains committed to upholding its core values as it continues to effectively regulate the energy sector and promote a sustainable, reliable, and inclusive energy mix.
President Hakainde Hichilema has with immediate effect acting on the recommendation in the report presented to him by Judicial Complaints Commissions suspended Justice Emilia Piri Sunkutu as High Court judge for Zambia. The suspension of Justice Sunkutu is in exercise of the powers vested in the president pursuant to Article 144.3 of the Constitution of Zambia. This is contained in a statement issued by Principal Private Secretary at State House, Bradford Machila. Government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, has assured farmers across the country that the Food Reserve Agency (FRA) has completed all logistical and operational preparations for the 2025 crop marketing season and is ready to begin purchasing maize once the price is set. Ministry of Agriculture Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Mr. John Mulongoti, is therefore urging farmers not to sell their maize at low prices while they await the official announcement of this year's buying price by the Food Reserve Agency, FRA. Speaking to the media after touring farmer exhibition stands at the ongoing Caminex Expo in Kitwe, Mr. Mlongoti stated that government is committed to ensuring that prices are announced in the coming days, which he said will be cost reflective and fair, taking into account the rising cost of production faced by farmers. The permanent secretary added that it is government's intention to ensure that farmers get a meaningful return on their investment. In the meantime, Mr. Mlongoti has urged farmers to prioritize household food security and avoid selling all the maize. This is contained in a statement issued by Ministry of Agriculture Principal Public Relations Officer Balewa Zulu. As Zambia joins the global community in marking World No Tobacco Day, an organization called Tobacco Harm Reduction THR has observed that safer alternatives are Zambia's best hope of combating tobacco. The Zambia spokesperson Rebecca Mwambai has stated that the Zambia stands at a critical crossroads because the traditional approaches to tobacco control, awareness campaigns, high taxation, and public smoking bans have undoubtedly brought important gains. Ms. Mwambui, however, said despite decades of effort, smoking rates are still too high, and tobacco related diseases continue to claim more than 7,000 lives in the country annually. She added that the evidence is increasingly clear as countries such as Sweden, the United Kingdom, and New Zealand are seeing dramatic decline in smoking rates, not because they have eliminated nicotine, but because they have embraced science-driven harm reduction. She also said such nations had recognized the power of alternatives like nicotine pouches, vaping devices, and heated products, which do not contain tobacco leaf, do not involve combustion, and are 95% less harmful than cigarettes, in helping adult smokers to quit their deadly smoking habit for good. Ms. Mwambui noted that Sweden is on the verge of becoming the first officially smoke free nation in the world when smoking rates fall below 5%. She said their remarkable achievement is a direct result of public health policies that distinguish between the harms of smoking tobacco and the far lower risk of using smoke free alternatives. And in other news trending this evening, the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection JCTR Basic Needs and Nutrition Basket BNNB for May 2025 stands at 11,292 kwacha 97 ngwe, showing an increase of 571 kwacha 84 ngwe compared to the same period last year, May 2024. The Veterinary Association of Zambia VAZ is deeply concerned over two serious incidents involving domesticated animals that resulted in harm to young children in Lusaka. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Airtel Zambia has launched Zambia's first ever spam alert service, an artificial intelligence AI-powered spam alert service aimed at promoting digital trust and reinforcing government's goal to protect consumers in the digital space. The initiative is not just a technological advancement, but a step towards the country's collective commitment to building a digitally secure Zambia. The spam alert service takes advantage of the power of artificial intelligence to classify and filter suspicious SMS messages. Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati says the country has in the first quarter of this year recorded over 400 billion digital transactions. The development, he stated, underpins government's efforts in ensuring financial and digital inclusion.
And the Bank of Zambia will tell you that in the first quarter, of this year alone, there were over 480 billion transactions, which underpins the efforts we're making in financial and digital inclusion. Financial inclusion has now crossed 70% and is growing. So our critical investment, our critical priority remains to build a resilient, safe digital space where our people can walk digitally and feel comfortable. And I think that's the reason we're here for this breakfast. How do we continue to build the trust and confidence for our people to transact digitally, for our people to trust digital?
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry. Local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says its military has eliminated Hamas Gaza chief Mohammed Sinwar, one of its most wanted men and the brother of the group's late leader, Yahya Sinwar. Mohammed Sinwar was the target of a massive Israeli strike on the courtyard and surrounding area of the European hospital in the southern city of Khan Yunis on 13 May, which the Israeli military said destroyed Hamas' underground infrastructure there. Gaza's Hamas-run civil defense agency said that 28 people were killed. Hamas itself has neither confirmed nor denied Sinwar's death. And in sports news, David Ancelotti held fresh talks with Rangers about their managerial vacancy in London last week and wants the Ibrox job, with further discussions planned over the next few days. The Italian was approached by representatives of the Scottish Premiership club earlier this month and was able to outline his vision at an in-person meeting. It was one in a series of conversations between the Ibrox club and the Ancelotti, 35, who has been working under father Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. And now the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
A moderate and cool airflow from the southeast is influencing the weather over most parts of the country, leading to partly cloudy, windy at times, and warm weather conditions. And forecast for this evening is that Muchinga, northern, Luapula, and eastern provinces, including southern parts of western and northwestern provinces and parts of southern province, partly cloudy, windy at times, and mild to cool. Northwestern, Copperbelt, Lusaka, and central provinces, including the northern parts of western and southern parts of southern provinces, mainly clear, windy at times, and cool. Ends our weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
That weather item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, has assured farmers across the country that the Food Reserve Agency (FRA) has completed all logistical and operational preparations for the 2025 crop marketing season and is ready to begin purchasing maize once the price is set. Energy Regulation Board (DRB) has approved 45 energy licenses and 10 construction permits in the petroleum, electricity, and renewable energy subsectors, representing a total investment pledge of 1.36 billion kwacha. And finally, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says its military has eliminated Hamas Gaza chief Mohammed Sinwar, one of its most wanted men and the brother of the group's late leader Yahya Sinwar. For more news, follow us on Facebook and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening.